You already know how to spot support and resistance, the flat horizontal levels where price tends to react. But price doesn't only move sideways between levels, it trends, and when it does, the flat lines from the last video stop being enough. That's where trend lines come in, the tool that turns a random-looking chart into something with actual structure. Let's draw some. A trend line is just a straight line connecting a series of swing points, the points where price clearly turned. In an uptrend, you connect the swing lows, the bottoms of each pullback. In a downtrend, you connect the swing highs, the tops of each rally. That's genuinely it. It's the same idea as support and resistance, except instead of a flat level, the level is moving, sloping up or down along with the trend. The line itself isn't magic. It's just a visual summary of the angle the market is currently respecting. Here's how to actually draw one. Find two swing lows where price pulled back and then turned higher. Connect them with a straight line. Once you have those 2 points, extend the line out to the right. That extension is your trend line doing its job, a rough guide for where the next pullback might find support. One important detail, use the most obvious swing lows, not just any two random dips. If you have to squint or force the line to fit, you've probably picked the wrong points. A good uptrend line usually touches a third low later on, roughly where you'd expect. When that happens, it stops being a guess and starts being a genuine level traders are watching. A downtrend line works exactly the same way, just flipped. Find two swing highs, points where a rally stalled and reversed lower, and connect them. Extend that line to the right, and it becomes your rough guide for where the next rally might run out of steam. Same rule applies. Use the clearest highs, not ones you had to force. And the same third touch idea holds. A downtrend line that gets respected a second and third time is far more meaningful than one drawn from a single pair of points. Here's something that trips up almost every beginner. 2 points can always be connected with a straight line. That's just geometry. It doesn't prove anything about the market. A trend line only becomes meaningful once price touches it a third time and reacts. That third touch is what tells you other traders are watching the same line you are. So treat a 2-point line as a hypothesis, not a fact. Wait for that third touch before you start making decisions based on it. This single habit will save you from drawing lines that look convincing but mean nothing. When price finally closes through a trend line, that's a signal the current trend may be losing strength. It's not an automatic reversal, it's a change in the angle traders were relying on. Often, after a break, price will come back and retest that same line from the other side, treating former support as new resistance and former resistance as new support. That retest is often a more reliable moment than the break itself. The break tells you something changed. The retest tells you whether the market agrees. The biggest mistake is forcing a line through price just because it would look neat, rather than drawing it from genuinely obvious swing points. The second mistake is switching between wicks and candle bodies halfway through. Pick one, wicks or bodies, and stay consistent for that entire line. And the third mistake is drawing 5 or 6 trend lines on one chart. If you need that many lines to make sense of the price action, you're overcomplicating it. 2 or 3 clear lines will always tell you more than a tangle of 10. Let's lock this in. Uptrend lines connect swing lows. Downtrend lines connect swing highs. 2 points make a line, but 3 touches make it meaningful. A break signals change, but the retest often matters more. Stay consistent, wicks or bodies, not both. 2 or 3 clear lines beat a chart full of forced ones. Combine trend lines with the support and resistance you already know. That's trend lines, a simple tool that adds real structure to any chart you look at. In the next video, we're putting everything from this series together and actually placing your first trade the moment this whole series has been building toward. If trend lines just made your charts make more sense, hit like. It genuinely helps this channel reach more beginners. And drop a comment below. Which pair are you practicing trend lines on right now? Let me know. See you in the next lesson.